Hello, everybody. This is Dawn. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know I've not been on here for a long time. I've been on overtime again, but hopefully I'm done with that for a while, hopefully. But it's nice to get the money, but wow, it just eats up a lot of my time. So I thought I'd jump on here and talk about some new things that are happening in my life that is going to be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous about it because of the strong, passionate feelings some people have, and it may, I don't know, cause some issues. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm just gonna let people be people. You know, what are you gonna do, right? But it's very important that I share my view, my experiences, my opinions, and how I feel and what I think happened and all of that. So basically, what I'm talking about here is that I'm sure you've heard or watched some of my videos where I talk about my foster parents. Well, I mentioned a few times that I didn't want to name them because they're very, very well known. And so I did not want to open that door. Now I'm opening that door. mm. So anyway, a couple of friends of mine that knew me and still know me, but knew me back then when I was still with my foster parents, and they wanted to interview me and discuss my experiences and talk about what they saw. And I thought, well, I really think this is time. It's time to go public with it. So that's what I will be doing. I will once the interview will be coming out in July, so I will post that. I will make sure you know about it and get a link to go listen to that podcast. So right now I am deep diving into the past. Not a lot of fun, as I'm sure a lot of you know. I don't enjoy it, but I am remembering some of the good times though, so that's a good thing. And I first off, I read a book that my foster mother wrote, and it chronicles. It's a biography, so it chronicles my foster father's life basically, and shows where he was coming from, his background, and I think that's a really good thing because a lot of people who have been hurt by him want to blame him and want to criticize him and say he's the reason why I'm so upset, and he's the reason why that I am. And I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that the focus should not be completely on he was a bad person and he was trying to do mean things to people. That's not it, and that's not where I'm coming from. If you knew him from the beginning, you would know that he was very passionate about his spiritual path, and he got to the point where he was so convicted and so passionate, and he so believed that if he did not tell other people, they would die and go to hell, and it would be his fault. That's some serious guilt. Okay, so but before I get into all of that, I want to talk about why I'm doing this. And part of it is because I still need to heal. I have done a lot of work and I've healed a lot, and I've helped other people heal similar kind of um, traumas and experiences. And so I'm hoping that me sharing what I've been through, that it will help other people. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because on Facebook, some of my old friends from that knew my foster parents, they'll sometimes in Facebook they'll throw up a picture of my foster father, and I'll wince. I'll get this anxiety, and that tells me there's still more to be healed, and I want to um, be very open and talk about it, and talk about how I am healing from it, how I am healing from my traumas. Now, you don't have to have the exact same traumas to heal the same way that I'm healing. So my techniques, my tools that I use can also be used for other types of trauma. Trauma is something that happens, and it leaves a scar on the soul and on the heart. And I believe that we are here on the earth plane to learn how to heal those things and help each other heal those things. And that way, when we interact with each other, it's from a healed place and an understanding of the other person who may not be healed. That is so important, because I don't want to make this a bitch session where I'm just bitching about my foster parents, because that's not going to help. That's not going to do anything. But it's important to bring the truth out into the light. These are things that people have experienced, not just me, that need to be brought out into the light. It needs to be exposed. So a big reason for that is that there are other people who feel they've been traumatized, but they're not allowed to say anything. And that was part of the persona, so to speak, with my foster father. You could not say no to him. You could not stand up to him. He was a very intense, an extreme individual. So there was no saying no to him and standing up to him. You just didn't do that without consequences. So I wanted to bring it out because I want people to know and understand that they are not alone. If they experience similar trauma, you're not alone. And most important, please understand, it was not your fault. It was not your fault. Okay? And I'm not here to blame, because I know my foster father's intentions were good. He wanted to help people. He wanted to take care of people and make them better people. But he did it in such a harsh and harmful way, toxic way, that it hurt people. And so one person I heard from said, "Why are you doing this? He's gone. He's a man of God. He's dead. Why are you doing this?" And my response is, why are you protecting him? Why are you not feeling compassion towards those who are traumatized? Right? This happens a lot in churches, like the Catholic Church. They're more interested in protecting the priest than reaching out and healing, helping the children that were molested, help them heal and heal the community, because there are families that are traumatized by these priests. So why are you not reaching out to them, to your congregation, your people? Why are you protecting your priests? And it's happening with many other groups that are considered cults, that when somebody's been hurt, well, this is a man of God. Why are you speaking out against him? He meant well. He wanted to do good. Why are you doing this? Why are you protecting him? Why are you protecting the predator? I'm not calling my foster father a predator. I am absolutely not. There are other cult leaders, though, out there that are predators. They are predators. And so it's a little bit different. My situation is a little bit different in that my foster father really was trying to do the right thing, was trying to be helpful, trying to help people get to heaven. He really truly believed that he was responsible if somebody went to hell and he didn't tell them about Jesus. So there's that. He was caught up in his own programming. Mm. So I am not blaming him. I want to be careful what I say here. I don't want to make him out to be a predator, but he traumatized people, and no one could tell him otherwise. And so the truth needs to be made known, and we need to help each other who have been traumatized either by religion or by, just an alcoholic parent, or maybe your mother was on drugs and abused you. Whatever abuse or trauma that you went through, you know that your parents loved you. They were dysfunctional, and they abused their children, because they didn't know better, or they knew better but they couldn't control their behavior. And that's hard to understand, and it's hard for me to explain, where a mother who loves their child but yet is burning the child with their cigarettes. How do you put that together? And you have to understand they are very dysfunctional. I've been working with somebody who was married to a narcissist, who grew up with a narcissist mother, and that kind of upbringing, the programming is so deep and so anchored with trauma that it has taken her so much longer than the average person that I work with. It, she went through some really difficult things with her now ex-husband, but she has to heal from that, and she's done a lot of work, and she's come a long, long ways, and I'm so proud of her. But what about others who fall through the cracks, that are still struggling and still suffering? And I feel like if I share my story and how I healed myself, my journey, maybe that would help somebody else. Okay, so I'm not here to blame anybody. I don't want to blame. I don't want to make my foster parents out to be predators. So, and I'll explain more about that later. I think it'll become more clear. But I think it's important to bring it out to the light, right? The truth needs to come out so we can see what it really is. Okay, so I'm a little bit somber, a little bit calm, a little, just somber, because this is, I'm expecting a little bit of a backlash from some people who basically worship my foster father and thought of him as a prophet of God and a man of God, and how dare you speak out against him like that, and probably will accuse me of lying and want me to stuff my feelings and experiences down and never share them with anybody, because we are not supposed to tarnish his memories. So anyway, I don't believe that. I believe okay, so I am a life coach. If somebody feels like I took advantage of them or hurt them or harmed them, I don't want them to feel like they cannot come out and tell their story. If I really did hurt them, I want to hear their story and I want to make it right. And I think my foster father, if people were in a place where they could stand up to him and tell him and explain it, I think he would have changed. Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, there is something that somebody told me, some information that I was unaware of, that tells me that I think my foster father was starting to go off the rails. So I'll explain more about that. That is very interesting and very scary too. And I'm just really thankful that I was able to get out on my own, leave. Um, and it was not an easy path. It was very, very difficult. A lot of very painful experiences on the way out. So anyway, I'll get into it a little bit more, but this is just the beginning, and I want to talk about it because it's in alignment with like religious trauma, religious abuse, and I think a lot of us have gone through religious abuse one way or another. So I just want to share. All right, love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. Do something today that brings you joy and makes you feel good. And until next time, blessed be.